Welcome here to the first probably released episode of the Everything About Nothing podcast on Blaze Radio. We'll introduce ourselves here because the other one likely didn't air. Not for controversial reasons, just because wasn't super good. We weren't in any audio base. Yeah, you'll be able to find it on the YouTube channel as well as some other exclusive content. But so I'll introduce myself here. I'm Oliver Fell.
I'm Ethan Harrold.
And I'm Nico Batiatta.
So the point of this podcast is we're trying to cover a ton of things, but none of them really matter in the grand scheme of things. We're talking sports. We're talking lists. I did top 10 animals I had beef with last time.
We talked about fast food restaurants last time. We talked about everything, but at the same time we talked about nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's essentially the show.
Yeah, come with us to, experience all this and, take a little break off of the important stuff.
Basically, we're just here to have a little bit of fun, hopefully entertain you guys, and,
give you a couple laughs, give you something to talk about.
Hopefully you watch this while you take a short walk or jog around your local neighborhood.
You're taking notes on the psychology final, Do some of that.
Exactly.
Guys, I'm taking philosophy and it doesn't make any sense.
That's the point. That's what philosophy is about.
But how are they going to test me on something that doesn't make sense?
You have to come up with it. You have to come up with it on the spot. There's no wrong answers in philosophy. You realize that,
I understand.
Right?
Well, you have to write an essay. I don't
yeah,
know
and then you just make an answer.
Yeah.
Did you have an assignment where you had to sit in an hour in all silence and just not do anything?
No.
I had to do that in
Did
pre-K.
you?
I had to do that in daycare.
But one of my friends did have that for philosophy. She had to
sit
sit
in silence.
Oh, just so that she
complete
thought. That makes
silence
sense.
for an hour.
That makes sense. Yeah. Because then it's like internal thought. It's like meditation.
But that's not even what we talk. The teacher just rambles about. We were talking about philosophers and their ideas, but the ideas are just it doesn't even. I
Sociology's fun.
I know
you should have been Sosin.
Should have been Sosin.
Yeah, we talked about fake memories, and apparently the 80s they used to just ask preschool kids if there were secret tunnels of satanic worship underneath their daycares, and a significant amount of them said yes and remembered vivid details, and a lot of teachers got put in prison for this.
What?
Yes, this was a thing in the 80s.
Was it true?
Yeah, well, it's the.
Let's be fair. There was a lot of things that were happening in the 80s.
Yeah, like crack. Can I say that on there?
Yeah.
Parmalone.
Yeah, a lot
of
happened in the 80s.
things. Yeah.
But in the meantime, Jordan was winning 6 rings.
I guess technically Stranger Things happened in the 80s.
Ha. Sorry.
That was a little rude.
Great show.
Yeah, it is an amazing show. It's a
That's
great
pretty
show.
solid.
Anyone else got some favorite Netflix shows?
Satanic Panic.
Is that a show?
12,000 unsubstantiated cases of satanic ritual abuse starting in the U.S. in the 1980s.
Wow.
They used to just ask kids, "Where's the tunnel?" And they're like, "I think it's in the janitor closet." And then these guys would go off because they were okay. So what happened was they were like, "Oh, these kids, they're so vulgar. How did this happen? It wasn't us."
So it had to be.
So it had to be they're indoctrinating them into satanic purposes.
How did you find out about this?
Sociology.
Oh, really?
Should have been taking this.
Yeah.
That stuff just interests me.
I know, exactly.
I missed that in my sociology class.
Yeah, so a lot of people got in trouble because the kids just made up things. And you can really plant fake memories. You can be like,
yes.
Yeah, you remember being here. I'm sure you watched Minefield by Vsauce. No, I'm the only person of culture here. All right.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay. It's free on YouTube right now. You can go look at it.
What's it called?
It's Minefield by Vsauce.
I know what Vsauce is. I never really watched him.
He's great. If you want to learn things, it's good. All right. Yeah. So that happened. Maybe that's.
Anyways, yeah. Speaking of satanic, the Cowboys.
Yes, they suck, and they have a pentagram for a logo.
They're terrible.
Oh,
absolute.
They were always bad.
They're the only team that's been eliminated from the playoffs before the season even started.
Yeah.
This was bound to happen, though.
Yeah.
People forget that.
Dak and now they don't even have their
more ads to do for Mattress Firm. How was he going to do that during his games?
Yeah, it was bad.
He was bound to hurt himself.
He very was.
There were a lot of
surprise games in week 1.
These.
Let me pull up week 1.
There was a good span though on what's it called? Red Zone?
Yeah.
Where they were just it was like 5 games, and they were all really close in the fourth
Yeah,
quarter.
I know,
for a
I was
good
there.
20 to 30 minutes.
That's how.
Where were
the
you
endings
watching
of
it?
games go.
Where were you watching it?
He was in the lounge.
I was in the lounge.
You were with me? I was
Yeah.
in the lounge. Are you talking the early schedule part?
Yeah, the early schedule, like
Yeah.
the
Like the 10
Yeah,
o'clock
then
games?
he came
The
to my room and made
Jags
fun
and
of me
the-
because
Yeah.
of the Packers.
It was
that was
fantastic.
a great game.
That was a terrible game.
The Jags and the Commanders, the Colts and the Texans.
We'll reveal our biases
Steelers and
here.
the Bengals.
I'm a Chargers fan
I'm a Packers fan.
I'm a Niners fan
and a Packers hater.
and a Packers fan.
Yeah. He's more of a Packers hater than the actual Niners fan.
That's not true.
Because he doesn't know anything about the Niners.
I do.
Who is Alex Smith?
Yeah.
Alex Smith is an
What
old
college?
quarterback. I don't know his college.
Oh
Utah.
my
He was
gosh.
number 1 overall pick.
How do you not know?
He was your last number 1 overall pick.
That's embarrassing.
I just know he's a quarterback and he got injured pretty bad.
Okay, so Joe Burrow.
Very bad, yeah.
Joe Burrow, is he washed or just had a bad game against
No,
an
he just had a
incredible
bad
defense?
game. There, it's a good defense.
It's the best. It's
And
one of the best.
They're gonna have a Super Bowl hangover, so they're just having a
Also, Lamar did the same thing last year.
Lamar
No one
isn't
was-
good.
Lamar is good.
whoa.
Lamar Jackson,
Lamar is
outside
good.
of the top 10 quarterbacks.
So, who's your top
I
10?
agree. You can make an argument.
You could make an
My
argument
top,
for that. but I
okay,
wanna
my
hear your
top 10, I got Rodgers, Brady,
Yeah.
Mahomes, Herbert,
Burrow?
Allen.
Yeah, Josh Allen.
Then I've got, I'm going to put Stafford there.
Okay.
Then,
He had a rough week 1, but I think people overreact too much.
They're
absolutely.
saying Jalen Ramsey isn't like a
Um,
top 5 cornerback in the league
yeah.
because he got burnt by Stephon
Deshaun
Diggs.
Watson when healthy. Deshaun Watson when healthy.
I take Deshaun healthy over Lamar.
Yes, absolutely. Then,
If as long as he doesn't play like he did in the preseason, but I doubt he's gonna be that terrible. But I mean, before he left, I mean, it has been
He
what?
had 3 drives, went 1 for 5. and
Yeah,
had
but it was the
7 yards.
preseason.
I
Do you
don't
think he
get
really
it.
cared?
and then
Was he
even
playing
though
against,
he
like, the
looked really
Jaguars?
bad, probably Russ. Probably Russ.
You could take Russ over Lamar. I'm not taking
I
Russ over
think
Lamar.
so.
No, yeah.
It's close.
You have
It's
to take,
close.
You have to take Russ.
I don't know.
Kyler Murray.
No.
No, Lamar is just the same
Lamar
guy,
is
but a little bit better.
It's fair.
But
But
then,
Kyler, when he was playing at his MVP level.
Kyler, though, when Call of Duty doesn't have those double XP.
That's true.
Last year, you guys forget how good he was last year.
He
Before
was
the
good
first-
for the
for the
first
first-
5-6 games, and then after that, he was terrible.
nutty during those games, though.
Then he injured himself, and then he came back, and he was even more terrible. He lost to the Lions.
Geno Smith. No.
Stop.
To be fair, he was cooking.
Gino
He was,
to a
they were
crazy
letting
degree.
Gino
He was
cook.
like 17 for
Hey,
18.
they wrote
for
him
100
off, but
something.
he didn't write back.
That's an
He did
iconic-
not.
That is an iconic quote.
That sure is. He's used it like 8 times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's his catchphrase.
Oh,
He used that back in West Virginia, too.
I did not know.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
They
it's just
upset.
he's just now getting light shined on him because
Yeah.
he finally won a meaningful game.
And then,
It's not even that meaningful. They're probably
Mhm.
gonna go 4-13 anyways. But you know.
It's alright.
so I guess I've only got 8.
Yeah,
Before
there's got to
Lamar.
be somebody.
He's a top
getting-
10
What about
quarterback.
Hurts? Would you put Hurts over?
No, and I can't put Dak over him either.
No. Dak was such a good
What about
quarterback
Kirk?
before he got injured.
I can't put Kirk just because he is a really good stat accumulator, but
Kirk
homie
Cousins
is
over
the
Lamar?
generic build.
I'm throwing out names. I'm not saying that's who I would
Mhm.
put.
Did you say Rodgers?
Yeah, we put
Yes, of
Rodgers,
course.
Brady, all that, yeah.
People were saying
Um,
Rodgers is washed after this last game. Clearly, don't watch football.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
it's
the
because he
Vikings
doesn't
defense
have-
isn't
he
that
doesn't
good.
have. He doesn't have receivers.
Yeah,
Doesn't
true.
have
He's got to
anybody.
start running.
Listen,
He has Christian Watson.
they what
He sure
happened
does.
was
He asked the franchise to finally spend a pick on a wide
Did you-
receiver, and they
did you
took
guys
Christian
see it?
Watson.
Did you guys see how quickly Christian Watson
Yeah, he
gave
wanted-
up?
Dude,
on
homie was like
that catch?
he was like doing the
it
whole.
fell right through his hands.
No, I
No,
was watching-
no. He like tensed up, and he was preparing to put his hands on his head. Like he was already doing that before he
Yeah,
caught the
I
ball.
was watching a video on YouTube
Mhm.
from MMG. I don't know if you guys know who that
Yeah,
is.
we do.
And he was explaining. He was showing Christian Watson. Basically, it looked like he had predetermined that he
It
was
looked
going
like
to
he
drop
was
the
like
ball.
halfway to
Like he
putting it on
knew
his
that
head.
he was going to
listen.
drop the ball. As soon as he like the ball fell through his hands, immediately he knew. He'd even try to go for it.
Well, listen. Okay, MMG's not the most reliable source.
I know he's
He's
not.
a Lions fan.
But listen.
He pointed out.
Also, but you have to. He's a rookie. It's his first ever NFL game. On his first ever route he ever ran, and he said it's all the pressure on him. You probably just got to him. That's what I think is what happened. But if he would have caught that ball, it would have been a significantly different game.
Yes.
But yes, he
Aaron
did.
Jones should have carried though. He really
They gave
kinda,
him 5 carries and he got 50 yards.
Yeah, they should have given him more. What
I know.
the heck?
They don't. They think A-Rod can just save him and do whatever, but
He
you
does
have to
sometimes.
have competent.
You're right. I do
They
think
did win
that
the
there's
most
got-
games last year.
Because there's no way that you immediately, as soon as like, bang, right after you drop the ball, your hands go to your head. You're like,
He should have just caught it with his body and gone down.
Or he could have tried to fumble it or like a little more and because
Like tip it or
had,
something.
he had yards.
And he
Over
was
pass.
I mean, that was perfectly placed.
No, it was a great ball.
It was an amazing
It
ball.
was an amazing route.
He could have even
absolutely
turned
dusted
around
him.
and just high pointed it and then ran to the end
Listen,
zone.
he could have
Definitely.
done a lot of things, but Green Bay also could have done a lot of things to win that game. So, I mean,
Yeah, they could have covered Justin Jefferson.
they could have covered Jefferson. They could have not gone for it on 4th and goal.
I love
They
whoever
could have
the
ran the ball
announcer,
more.
whoever the announcer was during that game. I love them because they were just like, "Is anyone gonna try and guard Justin Jefferson?"
And they're like, how is he that open?
Yeah, how is he that open?
It was a miscue on the defense.
Alright.
Jair thought he had safety help.
All right, take just a moment here. I thought we would check and see if the audio was working. All right, we're back.
Yeah, but Jefferson amazing week 1 for him.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing week 1. I mean, the Vikings looked like they deserve some credit.
Carson Wentz is elite.
He
Carson
had a
Wentz
great
looks
game.
like
He
a
beat
really
the
good
Jaguars.
Josh Allen couldn't.
He beat the Jags.
Yeah,
true.
Carson Wentz
I
couldn't
mean,
last year.
he couldn't last year again
Yeah.
with the Colts.
Yeah, I mean,
They're a solid
Had a
defense.
comeback game.
I don't like to say he's
did
elite.
throw 2
I mean, he did have
interceptions,
2.
He's not
two-
elite, but
did
he
have
is a
2
playoff
Carson
caliber
Wentz. They would have won the game. I mean, they could have lost the game, but the Jaguars have Trevor Lawrence, who's a stinky quarterback.
I think
so.
Antonio Gibson's role this year has gone so far off what people thought because of the Brian Robinson.
Oh yeah, but
Like he was gonna.
good.
Brian
He is
Robinson's
good.
Gibby is the man.
Antonio Gibson is a pretty good running back.
Yeah, he's a very good dual threat as well.
Nico,
Yeah.
do you want to talk about how you said Austin Eckler's not a great
He's
running
not.
back?
You said he was not top 5.
He said he was not top
He's
5.
not a top 5 running back.
Okay, choose your 5.
Actually, he's not top 5.
I'll
I'll stand
Let's
with
see.
Nico, but he's not as bad
We
as
got to
you
see
say
what
he
Nico
is.
chooses.
say Derrick Henry,
Jonathan
Yes.
Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor.
We can't come be on this.
let's
Dalvin Cook.
see. Dalvin Cook.
Christian McCaffrey.
No, because he
Yeah.
already discounted Eckler's yards receiving, so it
Fine.
Yeah,
shouldn't
but
count.
Chubb.
McCaffrey is a good
Nick
running
Chubb.
back
Nick Chubb.
as
Nick
well. Eckler can barely run the ball. Like he can run it, but he
Did you
can't run
see
it
him
well.
carry all
Dude.
those defenders yesterday?
For one run? Like
That's not barely doing it.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire did the same thing to Derwin
Clyde
James.
Edwards-Helaire had the Jim Brown one on. What was that helmet?
Yeah, that was weird. That was. Is
Wait.
that the new helmet or was
No,
that
he
just
put
an
on like a
old edit?
1960s
Wait,
kind of
really?
helmet. Yeah, Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Oh, it looked weird.
Yeah, he had like the Mercury Morris on.
I did not see that. No, so yeah, JT, Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook.
He had this thing on. He had the Jim Brown one on.
Never seen that before.
I know, but he had it. Like
It's kinda dope,
1950s helmet.
Is that the new? But isn't that
Um,
just the new like extra padding helmets that they have?
I don't think so. Because I haven't seen any other running backs wearing that. Or DBs, or linebackers, or anything. I've only seen him.
Because there was what?
I
There
don't
was
know,
this,
I-
there was
He
a-
looks like he's a
Oh.
kicker.
There was a clip from the preseason like where there was a head-on-head collision and the guy was fine because the helmet like stopped it all. So maybe it's one of
I
it was
mean,
on the
people
Raiders.
definitely look fine after concussions sometimes.
You know, who didn't look fine. Herbert, dude was. You see
Homie
him
was
post game.
struggling.
He was like wincing.
Well, they
He's not.
purposefully, he would throw the ball into traffic, okay, and then it would be like fantastic, and then he would get it away, and 2 seconds later, the Chiefs would like body slam him into the ground. They were trying so
They
hard to
definitely-
hurt the
There
guy.
was a lot of late.
They were
hits.
definitely trying to hurt him. I stand by that.
Well, yeah, well, anyone that would have this. I mean, the same thing would happen to A-Rod. Like people would just like step on his foot when he had a broken toe.
Mhm.
Like people.
Yeah, people just want to see him hurt because
Well,
it'll
yeah,
help
I
their
mean,
chances, I
It's
guess.
amazing. Yeah, he's a great quarterback. Some people don't buy into the.
But
Herbert
going
hype.
back into the running back thing, I think it's hard to, like, be this guy's a great running back, this guy's a great running back because in a year or so, if they get injured, they're done.
Not
Like, we
true.
saw For
some
a lot,
guy,
for some,
yeah, okay.
it's
Running
like
backs,
it's the
running
most
backs,
replaceable position of
yeah.
football.
Well, running backs go. You usually have a 22 to 29-year-old window if you're really good.
Well,
Like DeMarco Murray, he got to 28 and he was out of steam.
What about Todd Gurley?
He was
Todd
29.
Gurley was done at like, I thought it was earlier than that.
Yeah,
might
I
have
think it was
been.
earlier.
Well, he also had a bad injury to his knee.
Hey, that's
and
what
if
I'm
your knee
saying.
is injured, you're
It's
done.
the most replaceable
except for
position of
except for
football.
Frank Gore.
Only person, yeah, Frank Gore, Adrian Peterson.
Sometimes Arian Foster went a while. Bruce Ellington.
Yeah, but
Bruce Ellington lasted far longer than he should have. I know you haven't thought of Bruce Ellington in forever, but homie just kept trying. Yeah, Bruce Ellington. He played
Just sneeze.
pardon me.
till he was
Dude, no one cares about
29.
Bruce Ellington. I'm
I
sorry.
do.
Well, Eckler, this dude
Drop a
had-
like if you've heard of Bruce Ellington.
Yeah, drop a like for Bruce Ellington, brother of Andre Ellington.
How old
How old is Todd Gurley now?
He's 28.
Yeah.
And he's
Right
out of the
now?
league.
Yeah, he's 28
Mhm.
right now.
Yeah, he was done.
He was down in
done
26.
4 years ago.
After being the offensive player of the year.
That's what I'm saying.
I was like David Johnson.
Dude, oh yeah. Wait.
He broke his wrist or something.
You remember David Wilson, the guy who was on the Giants and he did a backflip and then he got an injury and he never played again? He did a backflip in the end zone and he
I did not.
ruined his
I don't
career.
remember
I think if McCaffrey gets injured one more time, it's gonna just be
Well,
a
he's gonna-
downhill
He's
cycle.
gonna get injured again.
He's just
gonna
gonna
No,
turn
like
into a
Like
receiver.
a bad.
He
Like
gets
They're
a
just gonna
injured
turn him
every
into a
week.
receiver.
How did he do week
Let me
one?
see. He did.
No, you can't just turn a running back into a receiver.
He
There's
had
a
10
difference.
carries
He
for
had more
33 yards and a touchdown, and then he had 4 receptions for 24 yards.
That sounds like a typical stat line.
Yeah. Eckler.
Oh my god, they got him on the podcast.
First 2 games of Eckler have been both 14 carries for 36 and 39 yards against a Las Vegas defense and a Kansas City defense.
Okay, Las Vegas has a great defensive line.
Yeah.
So does the Chiefs. So does the Chiefs. Chris Jones.
Chris Jones.
Who else they got? They have what's his face? Carlos Dunlap.
He's on the Chiefs.
Yeah. They have a good. I mean, I'm not going to compare the Chiefs to the Raiders. The Raiders
But
have
the
a better-
Chargers.
The Chargers do
Chargers
have a
have
good.
a-
So
line.
every
They have
time
a
he
good
played,
passing
like look
O-line.
at this guy here. He's the running back. He put up 1,400 or like
Why are we
1,200
talking about
yards.
this guy?
David Wilson, because he
almost just ran into the ref.
Oh, I know, but that's a 97-yard
Is this him
touchdown.
getting hurt?
No, but after every touchdown, you know what he does?
Does it flip?
Mm-hmm. You want to see it here? He should do it in a sec. Once they get off of him. There's Eli.
He looks happy.
Yeah.
Oh, so he hurt himself on the back.
So
foot.
he didn't make it all the way one of these times. And
And that was his career.
No.
yeah, that was his career.
No.
Yeah. So he did a backflip, and then he broke something. God, he broke something bad, and he never played again.
Mm.
Yikes.
He was. I remember I drafted him in fantasy that year. It was pretty
Sorry to
tough.
all the David Wilson fans out
Yeah,
there.
feel bad for David Wilson. That is a rough situation.
That is.
Okay, so do we want to go down the rest of the list of the games?
Oh, sure.
From
Let's
this
look at
week?
the later games.
I've got it here
So-
I've got it up here. So
We
Bills
have-
Rams. That was.
That was
That-
shocking to me.
You think?
I thought it would be closer.
Yeah, you thought
I
Cam
didn't
Akers
think
was
they'd-
a top 20 running back. He's not gonna
Cam
play.
Akers?
Yeah, let's talk about Cam.
Did you
What
pick
they-
up?
well,
Did you pick up Darrell Henderson? Yet?
I did.
He
I
has both of
actually
them.
drafted them, yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah, shout out to the Cam Akers fantasy owners.
yeah.
And the Allen Robinson owners.
Yes. Max had out.
Oh, that was
I had Mike
bad.
Williams this last week, and it was like kind of rough, but he came back and did great.
Yeah. Good,
Um,
good week.
I saw a stat saying that Matthew Stafford threw more times to the defense than he did to players of color.
What?
That's kind of a messed up stat. Who was counting it?
What?
He threw 3 interceptions
Well, keep
and
in mind.
completed
Okay,
2 passes
okay. Remember,
to people of color.
his tight end is Higbee. His best receiver is Cup, and then he has Skowronek.
Who keeps track of
who's
that?
counting that?
I don't know.
Who's
I'm not
like
being paid.
that's not enough minority
Oh my
targets.
gosh. There is no way he does
He
it
doesn't
on
do that
purpose.
intent. Yeah,
I don't think it would. No, obviously it wasn't
not.
on purpose. But I thought it
Homie
was
just has
I
like
thought it
really
was a
good
pretty
guys.
That
funny
is-
stat.
Wow.
The Falcons choked.
The Falcons blew 16.
This is beautiful. I was there.
Should we get to it? Should we just get out of the way? The
Oh,
Falcons, my Niners.
San Fran, yeah. What happened? Oh wait, you didn't.
You
know,
lost to
you
the
didn't
Bears.
watch-
I did watch the game.
You didn't watch
Stop.
the game.
I did watch the game.
Homie
I
lost to the
didn't
Bears.
watch all of the game. I watched the game.
You watched enough to see them lose.
You watched
Yeah,
enough
I
to see Trey Lance.
It was-
guy
they
you
were
think
up
he is.
Jackson pick.
They were up 10-0,
What a
and then
blast from
Trey
the past.
Lance.
Eddie Jackson.
Oh yeah.
Eddie Jackson got a pick.
The last standing bear on that defense. Dude.
Haha,
They're all
Clinton
gone.
Diggs.
No, I'm pretty sure we were up 10-0.
Haha was on
Debo
the
ran it
Niners,
in.
right?
Robbie Gould got a field goal, and then Trey Lance decided to start playing for the other team.
He was never. He's not that good. He's
think-
not your franchise guy.
Okay.
I think
Let's
we
not
give him.
react.
I think we give him this week against Seattle at home, and then
Wow.
we start.
You said it's Trey Lance season like 5 weeks ago, and now you're saying we're giving him one more week before we.
It's
give-
been 1 week.
Yeah, he had 2 weeks last year.
Why are you freaking out?
He wasn't that good last
No,
year.
what I'm saying is we give him this week, and
And
then
then
we
what?
look, and we're like, oh, well, maybe not. I think he'll have a slow start. I do think he'll have a slow start. I don't think he'll have a great game against the Seahawks.
Jacoby Brissett.
I think by week. Stop. I think by week 5 he'll
No one
start.
wants to hear about Jacoby.
He'll
I
start
do.
picking it up. and
He's
then
my favorite quarterback.
He'll figure it out.
Cade York, big clutch up. The rookie hit
Why
the
are we
54
talking
yarder.
about kickers?
We're talking about the games.
There was
Cade
a
York
lot of
hit a
missed
walk-off
kicks.
kick.
Yeah, it was bad.
Kickers are people too.
Uh-huh. You're going to tell me Randy
Yeah.
Bullock deserved all that hate?
Yeah.
You do it.
Randy.
You do it
go
better.
kick out there. Huh?
Yeah.
I don't get paid millions to do it.
Yeah,
Well,
because you never
'cause you
tried.
I actually have tried. It's actually quite difficult.
Exactly.
It is very difficult.
Falcons Saints, yeah, that was cool. Big
Steelers,
nuts, sluts, as
Bengals?
they call them.
Did we talk about Steelers?
We were
Bengals?
going to talk about. We talked about Burrow. We
We
didn't
talked
talk
about
about
Burrow.
how.
We didn't talk
We
about-
didn't
we
talk
lied.
about how smothering that
TJ
defense was
Watt?
for the Steelers.
TJ Watt out for 6 weeks.
Yeah,
He doesn't need surgery, but he
Luckily, but
hurt his pec.
yeah.
we'll see. But the
That's-
Steelers, that's going to be every game this year. The defense being dominant and Big Mitch going down the field. At
Mitch had a
3,
great first half.
and then he
Amazing
slowed
first half.
down. But now Najee couldn't pick up the slack either.
They have a terrible offensive
Yeah,
line.
their
Well, because
O-line
they
is
didn't sign
god
DeCastro
awful.
because they were cheap.
have
They
one
had
of the
David DeCastro,
I
and they're
thought-
like,
did
I don't want
DeCastro
it.
retire?
Najee?
Nope. He did now because so they needed to extend him. They needed to give him like $16 million for a year. That's fair. He was an All-Pro right guard the year before. They said, "We're not paying you. We're not paying you." And then he went to free agency,
paying
and
Mitch.
nobody paid him,
So
and
he
so he
retired.
retired.
Oh,
Because
no.
he's also a Stanford grad. He's a smart guy. He realizes that he wants to.
He's a
maybe he wants out.
Stanford guy.
No, Najee averaged 2.3.
He averaged that last year a lot. He
Yeah,
just-
it was.
That's the same
he
kind
Are
of
you
does-
gonna
stats
call
that
him?
led
Are
to
you gonna
Leonard
call him a
Fournette.
bad runner because he can't?
Yeah,
No,
is it like
I
Austin
think
Eckler?
I think it's a fact that he just doesn't have a good O line. I think the
Chukwuma-
Chargers have a really pretty. Not a
Chukwuma
really, but pretty
Okorafor
good
would
O-line.
really like to talk to you.
Who?
Exactly. Chukwuma Okorafor.
Isn't that the dude on?
He's
the
their right
Seahawks?
tackle.
Oh no.
The Chargers or the
No,
Steelers?
Steelers.
Didn't they have the Ravens guy? What's his name? Villanueva.
They
He's
did.
Charlie Villanueva.
They did.
Yeah, he
he
was
retired?
terrible.
No, you're wrong.
He was bad on the Steelers.
No, he was not. Homie played tight end in college. You don't realize. He played tight end. He had 400 receiving yards in a year. You put him, by the way, if you turn him into a tight end in Madden, he's 96 overall. And he's really good.
Who?
Alejandro Villanueva. He is
Well,
that
you
guy.
know. Sure, okay.
I made
Great
rosters in the past.
For
Okay,
anyone
Big
out
Mitch.
there playing
Big
Madden.
Mitch. It's Big Mitch season. I think he's a playoff level quarterback. I don't think they should go to Pickett until they lose 3 games.
I think Seattle. I mean, I think the Bengals aren't as good as people are giving them.
The O-line looked really good, though.
I think it's 2 9-8 teams battling, and that's what we got.
The Bengals.
The Lions almost
Super
won.
Bowl
The
hangover.
Lions are good. The Lions are a 7-win team this year.
That's not good.
I
I
think
hate
the
the
Eagles-
standards.
Hey, they won
This
2 games
is a
last
little
year.
bit of a hot take. I think the
They won 3.
Eagles
Okay.
could potentially
They're gonna win that.
be
NFC.
top 3 NFC.
Yeah, that's really sad. They're going to lose in the first round of the
I don't
playoffs.
know.
to,
They
like-
only beat the Lions. Let's
Top
calm
3
down.
Yeah, no, it was. A
They're going
close
to
game
lose to the
against
Saints in
Lions.
the first round
If they
anyway.
give Jordan Davis more playtime,
Their
That guy
defense
was the
is-
highest rated PFF player.
Their
the
defense
rookie,
is
Jordan Davis.
like crazy.
The Eagles.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Darius Slay,
Solid.
CJ Garner, right? CJ Garner.
Yeah, they picked him up.
Fletcher Cox.
They traded for Gardner.
Yeah, they traded him for like a 5th and a 6th pick, which I don't know why the Saints did that.
Because CJ picks fights in practice and everybody hates him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's been punched 3 separate times on the field.
Oh, I did actually see.
Yeah.
I remember the
He got
Bears
punched
player.
by Javon Wims.
Who was the Bears
He
player?
got punched by his own guy.
I think it was.
And then he started a fight in practice.
Wait, but who was the Bears player that just went
Javon
up to
Wims.
him? Yeah.
I was Wims.
Just hit him, and then he was so confused,
Like,
and then he got
huh?
hit again.
Yeah.
That is a
Let
legendary.
me get days. Patriots looked really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that.
Or
They
maybe that's a
looked
testament to
really
the Dolphins.
bad.
Yeah, the Dolphins
actually
are
being
also
pretty
really
good
good.
this year.
Mac actually had some solid plays, but they did not look good. I mean, it looks like the Patriots without Tom Brady.
The
Oh yeah, but
Dolphins-
they had a really good,
Even last
sneaky
year-
good,
even
sneaky
la-
good defense last year, and it wasn't there this year.
No,
At
yeah,
least
the
so far.
defense isn't. I mean, but also the Dolphins receivers. I mean, that speed.
Yeah.
Jalen Waddle
did
and
absolutely do that.
Hill are just.
Yeah.
If they had a competent quarterback, that would have been a 45-7 loss.
Jets are really missing Zach Wilson.
Tua wasn't
Hey.
bad. Tua was not bad.
No, he was pretty good.
He had a couple.
He was
throws
all right.
where
He
just-
was
Okay,
the
the Tua
he
throw
was
that
as
you
good
see,
I was
the-
expecting.
You
He had
talking about the one to Tyreek?
He had 2 or 3 Tua throws
Are you
that
talking
could have
about the
been
one to
that should have
Tyreek?
been picked.
Yes.
Which one?
The one that
throw to
did the
Tyreek.
bounce pass to Tyreek.
Yes.
Yeah, that got tipped by Judon.
Still,
Still, I don't think it would have gotten there.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not even talking about. No, there was another
I
where he just threw it into like triple coverage and no one caught it.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't see
Where is Etienne? Why is James Robinson
that.
still
Because
listed?
James
James
Robinson's
Robinson.
good.
I know he
Robinson
is,
has
but
always
ETN
been a running back.
I didn't pay attention to ETN's
ETN
stat line.
is
I'm
really-
sorry. What did he get?
He got like 40 yards, no touchdowns,
Any carries? How many carries?
like 4 carries, 5 targets.
Wait.
It's not bad.
Yeah, but he was your first round pick.
I know. And he tore his ACL.
Yeah, 4 carries for 47 yards.
There's been
but
worse
still,
first round picks.
James
Some
Robinson,
first round.
I don't understand.
James
Remember
Robinson-
Alex Leatherwood?
But he feels like a Philip Lindsay to me.
Who?
James Robinson.
Yeah.
I think he's a little slower than Philip Lindsay. Philip
Oh,
Lindsay
he
is
is.
very
He is.
He's
Philip
a power
Lindsay.
back. Philip Lindsay's a.
James
Elusive
Robinson
back.
is a good running back.
I agree,
don't know
but
why
he is
they
not
drafted
going.
Etienne.
You can't put. Why did they draft Etienne?
I have
Because
no
he
clue.
is an incredible running and receiving back. He has crazy breakaway
And he
speed.
knows-
If you
But
saw
they
him in
have
college,
and
you
he knows
would
Lawrence.
understand.
knows
He doesn't.
Lawrence.
He's no Lawrence.
But they have James Robinson. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
but James Robinson
It's
was
like
really-
yeah, but why did they draft Javonte Williams and then cut Philip Lindsay?
Yeah, and Philip Lindsay's not even on the team anymore.
He's
on the Colts.
No, he got.
He was on the
No,
team.
he's on the Dolphins.
No, he's not.
I
The
believe
Dolphins
he
have
is.
98 million running backs.
Yeah,
He really
he's
could
not
be
on
one of
there.
them though.
No, I'm
No,
pretty
he's
sure he
not.
is. Let me check.
He is not. No, he was
I
on
think
the
he's on the
Texans,
Colts.
and then he was on the Colts he was on their practice squad. I think that's where he's right
Yeah,
now.
so I feel like if you get an undrafted running back that looks really good, everybody kind of thinks we can do better, right? Because that's what they did with Lindsey. They traded for Melvin Gordon, and then that's what they did with. That's what they did
It
with.
says he's on the Colts right now.
Yeah, he's on the Colts.
practice squad. I'm
No,
pretty sure.
no, he's a third stringer.
He's actually on the.
Yeah, he's behind
They took
Jonathan
him over,
and Naheem.
They took him over Marlon Mack.
Yeah. Well, Marlon Mack
Marlon
didn't
Mack
get.
is
He
on
got
the
cut by
Niners.
his.
He's on the
team
Niners
anyways.
practice squad right now.
Okay. Titans looked really disappointing.
Well, when do they not?
Sometimes they won the most games in the
I
AFC
think
last
the
year.
Titans are, in my opinion, the most overrated team.
They won 14 games.
Yeah, and then didn't they lose in the first round?
No, they got a bye. They lost
Or
in the second round.
yeah. Or their first game of the playoffs.
Mhm.
Is what I meant.
It was
Yeah.
kind of a. I mean, it was a fluke.
Vrabel's a really good
It was-
coach.
Tannehill's not a good quarterback. I
He's
don't know.
serviceable.
He's a good
He's
running
He's
back.
serviceable, but I'd rather play Malik Willis, give him some minutes.
No, Malik Willis has awful decision making.
He was pretty good in preseason.
Yes, preseason.
Yeah, so I'd give him playing time now.
They will play him at some point if
Preseason,
Tannehill's bad
I'd
enough.
play him at the start of the
The
season, and then if he's
preseason,
not good, switch to
yeah.
Tannehill.
He
for
was
the rest of the game.
he was a third round quarterback.
Who?
Malik Willis.
He was.
Yeah, well, a lot of
drafted
people
fifth.
thought he was.
Fifth. Yeah.
A lot of people thought he was.
I
gonna
would not
first.
be put. Yeah, I know because a lot of people really just wanted a quarterback to be in the first, but none of them were really worthy of that.
Pickett. And now
Oh, was
Pickett's-
Pickett in the first?
Yeah, he was the only
he was
one.
20th.
Pickett is.
And he's probably shouldn't have gone in the first.
Yeah,
Pickett's
exactly.
interesting.
Okay, Chargers look nice.
Cardinals,
Chargers
got
look nice. The defense
killed by the
is
Chiefs.
everything I could have wanted. I'm so happy.
And they won that without JC. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was an incredible defensive
Devontae
game.
and Derek
3
Carr look
turnovers.
pretty good though.
Khalil Mack got 3
Yeah.
sacks in his first game.
Khalil Mack's been a stud.
If
man.
only-
I know,
if
but
only
I
the Packers.
that's fantastic.
Khalil was my.
I
Green
can't
Bay
believe we
almost
made that
like-
trade. As soon as that happened, I went on Twitter and I'm like, that worked?
Yeah.
A
It was
6th
what,
rounder and a
second?
7th?
It was like
It was a 6th and a 7th for
second.
next year. Or,
Was that second? No.
Nope, it was a 6th.
No,
It was-
there had to be a
It was
second.
seriously a
I'm pretty
6th.
sure there
Or a
was
third?
second in there.
There was a second or a third and a
Yeah,
sixth.
I'm pretty sure it was a
no
second,
way they
and
got him for
third,
just a
a second, a
sixth.
6th, and a 7th,
I think that's what it was.
I believe, but I could be very wrong.
But still, I mean, for Khalil Mack.
Right there.
The issue with the
Right.
Bears is he looked bad because the Bears' defense had no motivation to be good because their offense was so awful under Matt Nagy.
No, that's how the Bears got him. And then how did he go?
Oh,
So
I
yeah,
missed
they
that.
got a 2nd and a
Yeah,
6th. That's
yeah.
it. Jaquan Brisker. They got him for Jaquan Brisker. And a
It was a
6th.
deep safety class this year. Yeah, I remember when Green Bay almost traded for Khalil when he was in his prime, but then they sent him to the Bears.
As soon as that
That'd be
happened-
worse. It worked out for us. We got Steve Smith and Preston Smith, so. But, I mean,
Yeah.
and for them, they got one playoff appearance, which turned
Mhm.
into the double
Yeah.
doink.
Then, yeah, so then we go back here. That was really good.
Did we talk about the Chiefs-Cardinals game?
Yeah, that was that was
that was
that
bad.
was lopsided from
That
the
was
start.
bad.
What is there to talk about?
What is there to talk about?
It was
Kyler Murray's
bad.
too busy
Uh,
playing Warzone.
The defense
Shoot this
isn't
night.
good enough.
Oh, the Cardinals? Yeah. They have drafted so much on that defense, too. And
Mhm.
it just hasn't panned out.
Byron Murphy was the truth.
Yeah, they didn't run the ball well either.
To be fair,
Their
who have they got
leading
running for?
receiver was Greg Dortch.
Yeah, Greg Dortch.
Dolchich.
No, Dortch. No, it's Dortch.
No, do not.
What team's Greg
It's
Dolchich.
Grant Dortch. I
Greg
want to say.
Dolchich is the tight end.
Dortch was a
for the Broncos.
undrafted
and
guy
he
out
will
of Purdue.
He will be an
That's the
all-pro
guy you
player
know.
in 4 years.
Shut up.
He
Mm.
will.
Okay.
Hot
Okay,
take.
Cowboys
Greg Dolchich.
suck. That was known. Brady didn't even have to play this game to win it. And then we're gonna talk about
Great
Broncos
Monday Night
Seahawks.
Football. Just a fun game.
I was at the Giveon concert for that game, and someone had their phone up playing, like they just held it up in the pit, playing the Seahawks Broncos game, and we all watched the Broncos decide to kick it a 64-yarder, and we're all like, what are they
People are
doing?
giving McManus too much flack. He could have made that.
He could have.
It
No,
was
he
was
really
very
almost did.
close. It was very close.
But you still go for it. It's the
Yeah.
Seahawks. You just signed
I'm
a
not
quarterback
paying
for
Russell
over.
Wilson all that money. Yeah.
You're right, exactly. Why are
To
you
just-
paying a quarterback
Well,
$200 million to
because-
not even call his own shot?
Because they have done over the course of that game, every time they needed to clutch up, they blew it. They fumbled twice
It
at the
wasn't
goal line.
Wilson's fault.
They failed at a 4th down conversion.
Fair. I mean,
So let's kick it from 6.
I don't hate.
Yeah.
I don't hate the call as
Yeah.
many others do.
And then
I don't hate it, but
Geno
I
Smith.
very much do not like it.
Yeah,
Geno
that's what I'm
Smith.
saying.
Geno Smith was.
he looked
had a
like
great
a actual starting quarterback.
Yeah, it made it pretty obvious why he won the quarterback battle
Yeah.
against Drew Lock.
Well, okay, when games don't matter.
Was no fan play well?
Yeah, he did okay. He got like 4 catches for
No
like
Fant's a pretty good tight
35
end.
yards or something.
What did you say?
I think No Fant's a pretty underrated tight end.
I agree.
Okay, I mean, he's all right.
Yeah, he's not great, but he's not terrible at all.
Sure.
No, he's like, I don't know, he's on the upper half
Say
of
he's
tight
like
ends.
he's like a top
Yeah.
10 tight end.
Nah, 15.
No.
He's not.
What has he done? I've never seen a Noah Fant highlight.
Oh
in
no,
my
he's
life
pretty good.
Since
It's not. He's just a good. He's a like. How do I say it?
His biggest thing
Oh,
is
yeah,
that he went
by
to
the way.
Iowa.
Andy was with Hawkinson while he was there.
Yeah, that's
So
what I'm saying.
so he was the 3rd highest receiving tight end that day. He was the only one that didn't get a
He
touchdown.
was the 3rd highest receiving
Yes.
tight end that day.
Disley
He's trying to
had
call him
43.
15.
And Colby Parkinson
he's not even
had
a starter.
I don't know
think
why the
Disley starts.
Seahawks just love throwing to
Cody
Will
Parkinson.
Disley. I
Oh,
don't know why.
he's a dog. He's got the dog
But-
in
Because people don't appreciate Will Disley, they don't cover him, so he's open.
it. Mhm.
Exactly.
Wilson doesn't throw to tight ends.
He does not. No. That's why they have Albert O.
Okoroku.
Akwu Egbunam.
That one.
That one. Akuegbunam.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, do we want to talk about the Chargers-Chiefs game last night, week 2?
Sure.
We did talk about it.
Oh, we talked a little
We
bit.
talked about Eckler.
So,
a
yeah,
little bit of
they tried to
Clyde's.
kill Herbert.
Yeah.
Yep.
They
Did
called
the-
back 2
had the-
BS picks, including that one where it was an offensive penalty.
Yeah, that was no, where it was a defensive penalty, right?
No, it was. Well, they called it a defensive penalty,
Yeah, but it was clearly
MVS who threw the defender on the
Was it-
ground.
yeah.
And then the other one, he definitely hit him before he went up to catch the ball. Like he jumped up and he hit his
And
legs.
the other
And the other one was a drop.
the other one unfortunately hit the ground.
The other one hit
Um,
yeah.
But it was a great play by Asante Samuel.
So yeah, I mean, one of them was bad, but the other two were, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, just Chargers have a great defense this year.
Yep.
Herbert.
We'll
I
win.
think
We'll win.
MRI stats
We
are
always
coming out.
split. We
If it
always
wasn't for the
split.
99-yard pick, you guys probably.
We always split with the Chiefs.
Speaking of that guy, that guy.
Jared Everett was
You guys hear
tired.
the story about that guy?
Everett?
No, the guy. Who
Oh yeah, he was
recommended
working
that.
at what? A
He
Wendy's.
was working at
2
Wendy's
years
while
ago?
he was trying to find a college to play football for, and now
He went to South Alabama.
That was his second.
Yeah,
that
he was
his
the
second
seventh round
NFL
pick. 7th round pick, first career interception. All
That
the way
shows you-
down
That's
the
like Chris
house.
Matthews in his Foot Locker story.
Yeah.
You remember Chris Matthews?
Or
he was
or
the
Kurt
Foot
Warner.
Locker guy who got the onside kick for the against the Packers, and then he got 100 yards in the playoffs or in the Super Bowl with Malcolm Butler.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's go to the story.
Or Kurt Warner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we all saw American Underdog, didn't we?
I don't think I ever watched it.
It was
but
a
I
good
know it was-
movie.
Stop.
Oh no, we're good. It didn't. No, I stopped it initially because
What
I
time
wanted
are
to
we
make
at?
sure it was working.
No, but look at the time. The time stopped.
Oh no, of course it does because we haven't put anything in the timeline yet here.
Don't know.
Yeah, we're still going.
Okay, guys, I have a little.
Um,
I have a little
he has a
segment.
segment.
For us,
Okay.
If you guys want to.
I'm down.
That was a big talk about football.
That was what we're gonna, but we're gonna talk about it right now. Okay, we call this panic levels.
Okay. I like
So I'm
it.
gonna give you guys an NFL team, and I want you to tell me on a scale of 1 to 10 how worried you are about them this season, or just in general, or
Okay.
like tell
Like,
me
so-
what
yeah.
you know if they're panic level. This first one's pretty obvious. The Cowboys.
Panic level.
You don't need to panic. You already know
From
they're bad.
1 to 10.
Yes.
If like I'm the Cowboys.
10 is
coach,
like panic. Like we need to.
I'd say a good.
I mean, if you're expecting the playoffs, you should panic, but you
I'd
really
say a
shouldn't
good
have done that in the
6
first
or
place.
7.
See, really? I think that's low. I would
They
say
have Cooper
10.
Rush.
I'd say.
They should just
7.
sign Cam Newton.
Just because they say
That would be
Dak.
Cam Newton on America's team.
Yeah.
That would be a beautiful.
They're saying Dak can come back.
That would be
within
the first
4
time I'd
weeks.
root for the Cowboys.
Again, I just don't like
Still
the
a
way
poor
the
decision.
Cowboys, and I don't like the way the Packers have it either. Like with their running backs.
Can
where
Kellen Moore
they're
play
playing
quarterback?
Both of them. Who?
He played one game
Yeah.
and he threw 3 picks.
Okay, but
What's
he's literally only 4 years removed from playing in the NFL.
Who?
Kellen Moore, the offensive
Oh,
coordinator.
It's more than 4.
No, it is 4.
No, I think it's gotta be 5 or 6.
So you're saying a 10 for the Cowboys panic level already?
No,
After one
you gotta-
game?
You know they were bad.
No, but like I know
Are
they
you
were
just
bad,
saying
but
that
last
because
year
you know
they were.
because
Last
you
year they
actually
were-
think they're bad, or you're just hating on the Cowboys?
I think the Cowboys are at most an 8-win team.
He win.
No, they were an A-win team. Now they're like a
Yeah.
They
2-win.
took off Amari Cooper.
Last year they were good. They were.
That's it.
Last
And
year
they
they
lost
were
the
a
other
Mickey.
guy,
Last
Cedric
year they were a Mickey Mouse team.
They were.
I'm just saying, if I was
And
Well,
defense
if
doesn't
I was-
No,
have
I
it.
think
if
they
I was-
have a pretty good chance of making playoffs.
if I
They
was
had
Jerry
the-
Jones, I wouldn't be worried at all because he's in charge of everything. So he's
Yeah.
not worried. He's at a 1 right now.
Mhm.
But I
He
don't
knew
know,
this
In
was
my
the case.
opinion, if
Jerry doesn't even care. He just does whatever he wants.
I
so he
could
can sit on
definitely
his
see
You
yacht.
kind of
Like,
like
uh,
Jerry Jones for that.
I respect.
I could
him.
definitely see Michael Parsons winning Defensive Player of the Year this year.
Uh-huh.
No.
And it's going to be
What do you
inconsequential
know?
because it's all going to be against the Commanders.
You shouldn't be a defensive player of the year if your team can't win more than 4 games.
Well, they're
Tell
gonna,
us
the
to JJ
Cowboys
Watt.
are going to win more than 4 games.
Huh?
Tell us to J.J. Watt.
That's a good.
They
point.
made the playoffs when he won.
Not all 3 times.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think they'll be a good
JJ Watt.
end of wild. I think they'll be a wild card playoff team at best.
No.
What are you talking about?
They are
The
not.
Cowboys a wild card No.
At best.
With Ezekiel
No.
Elliott?
Or Tony
Zeke had a
Pollard.
pretty decent game this
Zeke
year.
That
had a
was
decent
kinda
game, and if
surprising.
Zeke isn't doing well, they put in Pollard.
and
Pollard's
he's
a
not good
great
either.
running back.
He's fine.
He just.
I don't think he's a number one
He's
running
just very
back.
fast. He's very fast, and he's good.
Very
He's a good
elusive.
number 2. Yeah.
Very elusive.
Yeah. And then what they have Michael Gallup.
He's still coming back from
And
injury.
CD. People are overreacting.
If CD
CD
Oh,
Oh, they
CD
have
Lamb
Dalton
is
Schultz.
not
They have Dalton
CD
Schultz.
Lamb.
They gave him the franchise tag.
CD Lamb is not
They did.
like...
They gave Dalton
I mean, they're
Schultz a
also
franchise
missing
tag.
their best left tackle, Tyron Smith. So,
I just think they have a chance.
Okay.
I'm not saying
dude,
they're going to be a wild card.
That would be
playoff.
really sad.
if
I
the
think
Cowboys
they
are
have a
making the wild card, something terrible has happened in the NFC.
True.
There's
If the
so many
Cowboys
good
finish
teams.
higher in
Okay.
the
Are we
standings
doing
than the
Bay?
Cardinals,
If you're saying Green Bay can barely make the wild card,
Are we doing all 30 teams, or do you have
No.
a list?
no, I have a
He has, like,
list.
3.
Okay, cool.
Speaking of the Packers, that's our next team on the
don't
list.
panic. You'll win 12. You'll be fine.
I'm not panicking. I'm
If
just saying.
I'm
I'd
the
give it a
Packers,
2.
I'd give it a 2.
I'd give it a
maybe
2 because
1.
you know that you've seen the problem with the receivers now, so like that's a
No.
little bit of an
Listen.
issue, but you're still gonna win 12
Can
games.
we talk about the same thing happened last year with the Saints?
As
They
a
lost 38
can I
to 3.
speak as a Packers fan?
No.
Okay, fine.
No, go ahead.
No,
No, that's okay. No.
your opinion doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't. Listen, okay, I get people trying to compare. It's not going to be the same as last year. Like, I don't want to
No.
be like, oh, well, they got killed last year. The receivers got to get used to it. If they just run the ball, they're going to be fine. Because they have a really easy opening. They play Bears, they play Bucks, which is hard.
Yeah.
Pats, Jets, Giants.
Again, no, I see them.
One's in
against-
London, so you never know what happens in London.
That's
but-
true. The Giants will win.
I see them predicted 12-5. I don't think they're gonna go 12.
They'll
I can
win
see
12
11.
games.
They might lose the
Well,
NFC North. I mean,
I think
they could.
so.
They could. They have a really easy schedule. They play
Yeah.
They play the Rams, the Bills, the Bucks, the Vikings again. So yeah,
Yeah,
I can
they'll
see
be
5
fine.
losses. Or they play the Eagles and the Dolphins.
I think they'll have a few more. I think they'll maybe win.
They'll
9,
win
10
one of those
games.
hard games. They will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
they're
can-
gonna be fine.
They're gonna be fine. I'm not worried. I don't think. I mean, people like to overreact, but there's concerns.
Yeah.
Next team, Rams.
Rams.
I'm not too worried. I'm
That's it.
just worried about the run game.
A
but
2 or a 3.
the defense
It was a
still
bad
played
game.
pretty solid.
It was just a bad game.
And then
You can't expect your defense to play amazing when your offense is not moving the ball.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
and Cup was still himself.
Jalen Ramsey looked like a
Cup was fine, yeah.
piece
I'm
of
just-
toast.
I mean, Allen Robinson didn't
They
get
need to
anything
target
going.
more minorities apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need to figure out their run game, too. Because
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big time.
All right.
Because Cam Akers
Is not that guy.
I saw actually I saw a report that said they would have played Cam Akers more if he just blocked. But he doesn't know how to block.
That
He has
doesn't
no
make it
clue how to
any
pass
better.
block. That's why they played Darrell Henderson.
They should sign C.J. Anderson.
Yeah, no. There's a
Bowling
clip
ball.
of him literally moving away from a guy like.
Oh yeah,
rushing
he
at
said,
Stafford.
"Oh hell nah."
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
There's a lot of
So
running
Sean
backs.
McVay was like, "Yeah, we'd play him more if he knew
This
how
is
to
why I
block."
need Darren McFadden again.
Yeah.
That guy was afraid of nothing
That was-
because he
he
had
was a
severe
fullback, wasn't
CTE.
he?
No, Darren McFadden. He
Oh,
was
yeah.
He was on the Raiders.
The Raiders guy, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I remember he's on the...
Yeah, he
I was
he
thinking
was
of-
not afraid of anything.
Who am I thinking? Who's the fullback on the Raiders?
Peyton Hillis. Wait.
No, he's on the Browns.
Marcel Reese.
Yes, that's who I was thinking of. Next, 49ers. I'd say a 10.
I'd say
just
a
sell the
10?
franchise.
I'd say at least a 5 because you really were counting on Trey Lance.
I'd say
Definitely say
I'd say a
6.
3 or a 4.
Oh, well, you're in
And the
doubt.
reason is because
I agree with
they
all of them.
played in such terrible conditions.
Oh,
weather
boo-hoo,
conditions.
it was wet. That makes it so hard to throw.
But you also played the Bears.
It was also
Yeah.
dry for like the entire third quarter, and you
It
put up
was
nothing.
not. It was not at all.
In the third quarter.
No, it
I
was
watched the
not.
highlights.
It was so like the whole field was like a
That was
slip
the
and slide.
fourth quarter.
That was the third and the
That
fourth.
was not the third. You can go back and watch it. I watched
No,
this in
I
the
have.
hotel room.
Yeah, no.
In the
it was
third
a
quarter,
bad
there
game.
was no rain.
As I'm saying, I will start overreacting if we lose to the Seahawks. And then I'm gonna be like, oh, this is not good. Because we have a difficult schedule. We play the Dolphins, the Rams twice.
Eli's out.
Who else do we play? We
Eli's
lose-
out. That's a problem.
Who?
Mitchell.
Oh yeah. We get it. We have a new running back every year.
That's
we have
true.
Ty.
Is Terrion gonna do it?
Trey
Tyrion,
Sermon.
yeah, he's
Trey Sermon.
not. We cut him. Some
They did
people-
cut him.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
on the Eagles.
No.
Um,
Not
They have Jeff Wilson
Jeff Wilson.
from Northern Texas.
love
He was
Jeff
part of the
Wilson.
Mean Green.
We have Debo. That's
That's-
our running back.
Yeah, he really didn't look too good though.
No, he had a good running game.
He
He had
doesn't
one
want to
run.
run the ball.
He had
That's the
eight.
issue.
He had 8 carries for like 56 yards, I think.
Oh, okay.
That's not bad at all, and a touchdown. I
I
don't
think
hate
he
that.
wants to be a running back though.
He chooses not
No,
to be. Well,
he
no, but they
definitely-
decided
he
they're
has
paying
to.
him now. They're like, we have to do.
He
it.
has a running back, or not running back. He has a running like yard.
Running receiver.
Um,
Is that what it's called?
It's in his
Running
contract.
receiver?
no, it's called a. I'm pretty sure it's called a wide back.
That's what they're calling
Yeah.
it right now.
He has rushing incentives in his contract.
Which, weird enough,
I think
wide
he has
back
to
is
get
actually
over
just
400.
an old term for what they used to do with like Don Hudson and guys in the 40s.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I think he has to get
Backwards
like
legend.
above 400 yards for the season, and he'll get like an extra
What?
500K million.
An extra car
Yeah.
that he will add.
That he will
won't
add
even
to his
use.
trade demand
Yeah.
clause. You know?
I mean, we have him on a 3-year deal. I don't.
Yeah,
know.
like he's gonna demand a trade.
Yeah, if Trey Lance isn't any good. Next, the Cardinals.
I'm significantly worried about them.
I'm a 5 because you have
Yeah, I'm like a
D-Hop coming
6 or
back.
7.
You play the Chiefs. The Chiefs are a really good team. Defense.
The defense
they've
looked
got
Who do they-
awful.
Who do they play this week?
They were like tissue paper.
They play. I believe they play. Do they play the Rams? No, I think that's next week. Let me check.
The Rams play the Texans, I'm pretty
We
sure.
play somebody this
They
week.
play the Raiders,
Oh, that is unfortunate.
and then the week after they play the Rams.
That's a tough start.
Oh yeah, but look. So we play the Seahawks. Then the Niners play the Broncos.
Nico, we're not talking about the Niners right
No,
now.
I know. I'm just saying.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Broncos, Rams. Yeah.
Respectfully, I really don't care. right now.
Respectfully, stop.
But thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's
my
pretty
pleasure.
cool.
The
Alright.
Cardinals. So you say 7? You
I'd say a
5?
6 or a 7.
I could agree.
They
Yeah.
defense looks awful.
I'm sure I didn't.
It was tissue
Fully
paper
watch.
from the start.
Yeah, well, they got a bunch of young guys that don't really know what they're doing.
They also have J.J. Watt and Chandler.
Whoopee poopy. They don't
No,
have
they don't have
Chandler
Chandler.
Jones.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's on the Raiders.
They don't have Hassan Reddick. Hassan Reddick hasn't been there for years. Who's their pass rusher? Zach
JJ.
Allen.
Isaiah Simmons.
Oh yeah, Simmons
I
does
think he's
everything.
safety.
He's
he
he's a nickel.
They
safety.
have Marcus Golden. Whoopee.
Buda Baker.
Yeah, but who's rushing the passer?
Oh, not Buda.
They have Zach Collins.
They have
They had Pepe.
yeah.
Pepe's on the
Really not
Vikings.
much.
Yeah, I know.
They should just re-sign Calais.
I saw him get cooked by Christian Watson.
Is Calais even on the?
He's on
Calais-
another team, but
Okay. Next, the Broncos. Are we worried?
No.
no, they were always a 9-win team.
Terrible play calling.
They were always a 9-win team.
Yeah, they're gonna be a nice
Terrible
team.
play calling, or just can't hold on to the ball.
Terrible
when you're
play
on
This
calling?
is just what
Absolutely
happened the last
terrible
3
play.
years.
You can't just say
this is just how
terrible
it is.
play calling because they kicked one field goal.
No, the entire game. The coach.
Did
They
you
got
even
down
watch
to
it?
the
I did.
line. Like no, he watched the last 3 minutes. At
No,
Jiv-
they got
Jivion.
goal line
Terrible
stopped
play
twice.
call.
Didn't they?
That's not terrible play calling. That's just called they fumbled the ball.
They fumbled the ball and then what was
On the
what happened second
one.
time?
They fumbled twice.
Oh, they fumbled twice.
Yes, on
Yes.
the one.
That's bad.
They made great drives and then they just
Yeah,
blew it at
it's
the
not
end.
terrible
I just-
play calling.
I don't like their new coach.
Danny Hackett.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't.
He might not be good, but neither were the rest of them.
Yeah, it was either him or Vic Fangio. Was that who it was?
Yep.
Okay. Final team. Colts.
Sierra.
0.
I'm not worried. You didn't
Ryan,
have
Matt
Shaq
Ryan
Leonard.
looked good. He
You
looked
didn't
pretty
have
good.
Shaq Leonard.
Pittman and
Oh, you
Ryan
didn't have Darius
No.
Leonard?
No,
and
he didn't play.
Pittman and Ryan are doing that thing that Ryan does with every number one wide receiver, like he
Throws
did
to
with
him 100
Julio,
times.
like he did with Roddy, like he did with Ridley.
Really?
So he, so they got like 130 yards there. I picked him up in most fantasy leagues because I got that
Well,
duo.
who else is he going to throw to? Who's his number 2?
Paris Campbell.
Who's the guy they just drafted?
They got Pringle now.
White dude.
Byron?
Who's
was covering the
other
Bears?
dude?
Was Brian? I think he's.
No, I think he's on the Bears.
No, Byron Pringle was on the Bears.
Oh.
Yeah.
He was.
They have the new dude they just drafted. I can't remember.
Oh,
his name.
Oz-
Austin something. Like the guy from Oregon State, right?
I think.
Yeah, or Austin Johns, Austin something. I want to
The
say.
guy looks a little bit like Tyler Hero. No, I think his name's Alec Pierce.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh,
Alec
Alec Pierce, yeah. But I mean, a rookie receiver is really not gonna
Change everything.
Yeah.
They still have who's the tight end? He's not bad.
Eric Ebron.
No.
Who the tight end
Never
for?
heard Ebron
for the
years. What am I
Colts?
talking
Is
about?
it
They got
Mo
Mo
Alley
Alley.
Cox?
Mo Alley's fine.
Jack Boyle. I thought he
that-
retired.
Doyle. No.
He retired.
Mo Alley Cox is still pretty good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kyle Granson.
They
And
don't
their
have a-
O-line is still
They don't
crazy
have a
good.
lot of targets.
Their
But
O-line is still
Quinn
really
Nelson's out right now.
Oh, he was.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Oh,
He's out for like the first
I
like
am
6
so
games.
not worried about the Colts.
Yeah, no, they'll be good.
Yeah, you
They might have a
your
second-
best O-line.
they have a
you didn't
terrible
have your
division
best
as well.
defensive player.
They'll make the playoffs, but I'm just. Hey,
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, I think it was just a bad
I
game.
just made the list.
All right.
Yeah.
It's just bad.
Makes
game.
sense.
And that's it. That's my last team.
All right.
That's everyone.
I have something to report. The weekly announcement.
Alright.
Dining hall ice cream machine is open right now.
Woo!
Yeah.
As
It
It was open for 3 of the last
As the
7
time
days.
you're seeing this, it might be closed.
It might be down.
But
And
It
you
is
still go
open.
try.
Get there right now.
I think that ice cream machine is running on its last legs because they had a
That
very
thing was gutted a
Not-
couple
not-
days ago.
Yeah.
actually
It
not
took
very
all of it
similar.
out.
They had the exact same one at the Chick-Fil-A I used to work. I don't know if I could say that, but they had the same one.
You're
at the
allowed
place
to
I
say
used
that you use an ice cream machine.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. Whatever.
Just
They had the
something
same
It's a
one.
corporate secret.
No, they had the
Mr.
same.
Chick-fil-A is
Oh
going
wait,
to come.
you worked at Chick-fil-A?
Yes. Who would have guessed?
Um,
Did you know
Are
they
you
pay
from
the
LA
same?
too?
Huh?
Are you from LA too?
Give me a hint.
You can cut this part out.
Oh no, I'm
Can
not.
I punch him?
You can punch him,
Alright.
but
No,
like
well,
we don't have any
don't
video,
have
so
any
don't do
cameras.
it. Don't do it. You
In
know?
audio.
No, but the thing is, if you use it too much, it overheats and then, bow, it's done. So for the whole summer, we had like no ice cream because just literally it kept. So many people were ordering shakes in the summer that it kept like freezing up the ice cream because it was overusing it too much.
That sounds like a good thing.
No, it couldn't. It wouldn't come out of the
I'm
machine.
saying, yeah.
It wouldn't come out of the
Oh,
machine.
so it turns into like custard?
I
Oh,
don't.
you
I
were
guess.
Culver's,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Concrete.
Yeah.
You guys don't get
So
that. That's
our
a
thing
great
shut down a
callback.
little bit, but
Only real ones now.
You can go to the YouTube channel. We have our first episode out on that.
The first.
We're the Everything About Nothing podcast on YouTube. It's normal. The first one is titled Top 10 Animals I Got Beef With. It's a very good and
Great
insightful
segment.
thing.
great segment.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Speaking of which,
I'm
after
gonna-
we're done with this, we are going to record a thing that will likely not be on Blaze Radio. But it will be a YouTube exclusive. I have made a Jeopardy board that we are going to play for athlete crimes.
Yes, we are. So if you want to check that out,
It's everything.
Go
It
check
should
it
be
out.
in the description of this podcast.
yes, hopefully. So go check it out on YouTube. But we're gonna wrap it up here for the Blaze
right.
Radio portion.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us on our first episode
Hope you
here.
guys enjoy it.
Thank
we'll
you.
Be back
Enjoy.
next week.
We will be here. Yeah, I mean, there's no specific dates, but episode 2
We're
coming
here every
soon.
week, folks. Come
All right.
back.
Well, thanks for tuning in and
Yeah.
have a pleasant day.
Yeah.
Goodbye.